Welcome folks, one and all, to Let's Play a little bit of FTL, a game made in 2012 by Subset Games. This game combines the combination of space exploration with an important mission and a roguelike, which means it's also brutally unfair. Awesome! There are countless videos of this already on the internet, but people have been asking me to do this, and I've decided that I'm going to do some runs of it. As you can see from me playing the game, I've unlocked a few things. 6 of the 9 ships. All but the Rock Cruiser have the variant. Admittedly, most of these achievements are on easy. And my game completions, except for that one, my game completions are also on easy. But for the purposes of this, I will be playing this on normal. And for the purposes of this, I will be playing as the good old Kestrel variant. Yes, I'm going to play as the Kestrel variant for this one. And we're going to rename some crew. We'll have Millie here, who is clearly a woman. We will have Raz, who is clearly a man. Possibly. And we have a Zoltan here, who we'll call Zoltan, we'll call Peepo. And I've no idea what you're going to be called, so I'm just going to take a name that already exists. No. Let's think about this. Aliens. This is quite difficult. Let's have a throwback, shall we? We'll have Bacata on board. Now, this is the Kestrel variant ship you unlock by doing 2 achievements, and we're going to play on normal. Let's go. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. This is our crew. Millie is on the driving. The driving subsystem means you need to have that to evade or combat jump. Sensors enable you to view all rooms and when you upgrade enemy ships. Doors allow for remote opening controlling of doors. If you don't have a door system, which some ships don't, you can't remotely open doors. We have other subsystems, shields, which naturally recharge when they get hit, engines, which increase your chance of dodging and you're faster than light, your FTL drives charging, oxygen, which is kind of important for living, and health, which is also kind of important for living. The Zoltan here has less health than an average character, but is capable, just of his presence, of charging a facility, which we shall be taking advantage of. I tend not to power the medbay unless it's needed. The human here, Raz, will go on the shields, being the second most important one. If I only had a crew of 3, I would only power the weapons, shields and driving. Engines are last. But for now, we'll use the Mantis, who has half repair speeds, increased movement speed, and double attack power, so he's really a attacky person on the engines. As soon as we get a 5th person, he will be throwing off the engines. We have 4 basic lasers. They all charge at the same time. They're all kind of useless, but there are 4 of them, and they all fire at once. So, let's jump. As you can see, this is a civilian sector, one of 8. There are 8 sectors in the game, in each run, and we only start with 10 scrap. On an easy mode, we'd have 30. So, let's go to a jump. Ooh, temptation to pop to the store is good, so we'll go down there. Now, being in the middle here, that means... Whoa! Debris from a battle is scattered across this system. A few pieces bounce against your ship. You passively scan them and discover there's a functioning weapon among them. That's lucky! Random events. There are well over 100 random events, and each event can go very differently. There are different solutions, different possibilities for those solutions. If you try something once, it might not work the same again when you do it again. I've looted a pike beam. It requires 2 power, so I need to upgrade my weapons and my power again. I need another 52 energy, scrap, which is the currency to upgrade things and buy things. And this thing does there's a massive beam of energy. It's not very powerful, it only does 1 damage per hit, but at the start of the game, that is good. Now this, however, means combat. A rebel ship is guarding its beacon. You order a pursuit course and prepare to scratch up one more. One more when we haven't actually scratched up any. Now, I've paused the game, you can pause at any time, and I'm targeting these systems. 2 on the weapons and 2 on the shields. They have a small laser like me, and a heavy laser. Takes longer to charge, but it does 2 points of damage if it gets through my hull. Actually fires. Now as you can see, my shots there, they hit my weapons. But that's okay, because my weapons only took 1 damage, whereas they took a lot more. I've also disabled their shields, so now only 1 attack is going to go on their shields, and the rest is going to focus exclusively on their weapon system. And we missed. Multiple times. He's fixed it now, so unfortunately, he's also fixed his stuff too. Some people prioritize shields. I prioritize weapons. Because if you prioritize weapons when you're attacking, they can't fire back. Yes, they can defend themselves, but they can't fire back. When we find my pet peeve weapon, however, yep, you will understand how much this game can be unfair. I took a point of hull damage, I have 30 hull. When that's destroyed, the ship explodes. We lose. My FTL drive from that ding is discharged, but I have no desire to leave. We have a ship to scrap. Boom! And I got very little for my efforts. We could go to the shop, but in all honesty, it's actually not worth it at this point, so I'm going to leave. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. 21 scrap to avoid a combat, or reject their offer. Too bad, you will regret this decision. Now they have nasty weapons. That's a mini beam, which can't penetrate level 1 shields. It's like my pike beam, only smaller. That's a burst laser Mark II, which can fire 3 shots in quick succession. The only thing that's going to save me is that I fire first, because I have a faster weapon. And I'm going to set auto fire here. This ship is pretty much doomed now. It's powering up its FTL drive. It's trying to escape. You should have done that earlier, bucko. You may not have exploded like you just did. Quite violently. Gonna buy that extra point of power now. You see that red? That's the rebel fleet. In the next turn they will be there, and those points will be heavily guarded by rebel scum. You find a rebel automated scout ship floating near this beacon. Despite its pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated. We could attempt to download the ship's data stores, which may provoke a combat, or we don't risk activating it and just strip the ship for any useful parts. We did it! You are able to pull all the missile ship data about the sector. Your map has been updated. There's a store over there. There's an asteroid field there. We're going to go here for now. You need to maximize every sector you can. Your job needs to a remarkable binary star system. The view is beautiful, but there is nothing else around. That store, after this jump and the next one, is going to be completely unavailable. Ooh, a mercenary ship. Great, I was worried no one would respond. My usual carrier is days late. I need you to deliver this cargo of drone parts to a small station a few jumps from here. I'll pay you a bit of scrap now, but they will surely tip you generously. Great! I uploaded their location to your star map. I'm running out of options, so I have no choice but to trust you'll do what you've been agreed to do. I have a quest. As you can see, the game has screwed me over by not letting me access that way, so I need to go back the other way now. There are only 2 ships within range, and they seem to be engaged in battle. One of them has the markings of a space pirate. Aid the civilian ship. You power up your weapons and engage the pirate ship. Okay, I have to pause now. I have to bring up something here. You see that? That is a missile launcher. That is not just any missile launcher, that very well could be an Artemis missile launcher. A pet peeve of mine in this game, because they always fire faster than whatever you have, and they do true hull damage when they hit. Look, fire faster than me. Okay, that one's only a Leto missile. Bit rubbish actually. It only does 1 point of damage, but Artemis missile launchers are pretty much the same and do 2. Most ships, a few ships in the game start with that as standard. By the way, this guy gets experience every time the weapons fire, this guy gets experience every time the shields need recharging, and these two get experience every time they need to dodge. But as you can see, I'm keeping their weapons pretty much hammered down. Missiles, there have actually been programmed in the game that missiles are like, if your lasers hit the, say, if you're, alright, I can't explain ship. They give me stuff. If say a missile was here, and a laser shoots from here and hits the missile is destroyed. And that is an ingenious system. It's very clever, and I have to hand it to them. But missiles I find very annoying. There are ways to counter them, there are drones you can get that disable them, but it's a lot of initial investment. Anyway, we can buy this point of weapon, which means I switch this weapon out. And now I have a pike beam. The pike beam takes a lot longer to charge, however. We're going to save the rest of our thing. I have enough time, I think, to go to this jump. Ooh, intelligent life. You land a small shuttle on an enormous field, whose only occupants are small, brightly coloured, six-legged, horse-like animals. Could they be what your scans picked up? I could try to communicate peacefully, bring some of the creatures on board to sell, or leave. I'm going to try and communicate with them. No, didn't work. You can actually get a crew member out of that one. Not that time. If you had a slug man, you could have automatically got one. You detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. Intervene to defend. It detected a higher threat. It's going after me. Now, as you can see, there are only 3 burst lasers, small lasers that I can fire now. And there's their missile launcher. Is it Artemis? Yes! That one was an Artemis missile launcher. Took my pike beam power straight out and did 2 hull damage. Goit. As you can see, I don't have much love for the Artemis. Or any love for the Artemis. One day I will actually fire fast enough that that won't make a difference. AI ships like this, they repair automatically, they have no crew. Crew is important because you can target and kill their crew. And you can even board and take over ships. Boarding and taking over ships gives you a lot more scrap than actually attacking them and destroying them. The outpost hails you after the scout was destroyed. Thanks for the help. We've been harassed non-stop by those scouts. Take this on the house. You give me stuff. You are nice. You will not die today. Tomorrow, but not today. We're not done here yet. We have a quest we need to do first. And we only have enough time to go to the quest and then back. We don't have enough time to go to the shop. You arrive at the location given to you by the merchant. You're supposed to deliver drone parts to a station here. You find the research station and discover that it's putting out a distress signal. Strangely, there's no response to your hails. Inside, there are signs of a great struggle. Scientists lie dead where they fell, brutally dismembered. You grab a few research drone parts lying on a desk near the door and quickly leave. You're like, nope! So, as you can see, one more jump after this, and the exit would be engulfed with rebels. So we're going to take our leave and jump away to the next sector. We have 3 different types: civilian, hostile, and nebula. Civilian are generally more peaceful, but you don't get as much stuff. Hostile are generally harder, and you get more stuff. Nebulas are an unknown. Nebula sectors mostly have nebula in them, as it would suggest, and you can have a massive amount of exploration there if the rebel fleet is not expecting the nebula. Because nebulas, when you travel through them, they disable your sensors, but the rebel fleet pursues you slower. We're going to the civilian sector, because Mantis control sectors can go die in a fire. As you can see, there is a nebula right there. It's the only nebula I can go to there, though. Maybe I can go further north, who knows. Oh, an ion storm! You jump up into a sector of a nebula beset by a plasma storm. An automated rebel scout stationed at the beacon moves into attack. All their systems are half too. There's a downside to this, though. They don't have any systems that need downing. So, we're going to have to be very quick about this. As you can see, I've lost half of my power, and if this ship was heavily equipped, it would also have lost half its power. Fortunately, I managed to disable their weapons before their mini-beam could fire. Yes, this will disable the oxygen if it has to, and it won't automatically come back on. Much to my friend's chagrin. My crew are pretty unpersonal here. Nothing's happened with them yet. They've been pretty generic. Just like the characters of Overblood, really. We're not going to spend anything yet. Oh, we can go up. This is actually a good idea. We should do this. A black market weapons trader spins you a tale of the dangers of a nebula before pushing his wares. You can ignore the ship, you can attack the ship, or you can purchase an unknown weapon for 65 scrap. I will attack the ship. They have boarded me. That was the sound of boarding. And they're going after my sensors. Oh, no you don't. Give me a hand, Raz! Aha! The missile missed. Okay, into the shield, into the med bay you go, buddy. Right, plan here is simple. You'll see it when these weapons are charged. Right, weapons are charged now. Fire all the basic beams here. Shields are down. Look at the range of a pike beam, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Boom! You can't escape, because I have just disabled everything. Everything but your engines. Come on! Nope, can't escape, I just blew you up. Yes, I don't get a weapon. However, I don't need one. Because I have just purchased level 2 shields. Now my shields will take 2 hits before they go down, and I can get hit. You barely have time to register jump completion before your ship warns you an incoming ship with weapons hot. Hot with what? Death? Malfunctioning? That's probably an Artemis missile launcher. No, just a Leto. Okay. Leto. Sorry. Terrible pun. Ooh. You have made your point. We are beaten. Take these and leave us to our shame. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 13 scrap. We will not accept surrender! Namely because that's not a very good offer. And you are gone. Because I want fuel. And you weren't going to give me any, were you? You might want to go to that store, actually. You find a number of ships fleeing from a space station. You hail them, asking what's wrong. Help! We're being overrun by some sort of giant alien spiders! Oh, I said to myself if this event turned up, I wouldn't do it. Oh, but I have to, because this is an LP video. Send the crew to help immediately! Giant alien spiders are no joke. Oh, yes! Your crew slowly creeps up on a cluster of the creatures from behind. Without warning, the giant arachnids turn and charge. However, your team stays in control, and before long you've beaten them back. My friend is really going to be mad that I managed to do that on camera. They were thrilled with your success and offer you a reward. Ooh, yes! That event can go horribly wrong. Oh, an asteroid system. The pirate ship was lying in wait inside this asteroid belt. It immediately moves into attack. I have a plan with this one. You're going to not like this. You see that their shields are constantly being battered? I've just disabled their oxygen. You will notice something about this ship. Their slug interceptor has no door leading to the oxygen, or the engines. So the other thing I'm going to destroy is their engines. So not only now can't they regen their oxygen, they can't escape either. The day is yours! Show us your honour by allowing us to leave with our lives. We won't accept surrender. Their shields are disabled now. This is kind of awkward for them. Fortunately, they're back up now. If I'm lucky, their shields will stay up. Why? Because I want them to stay up. Because you get so much more salvage if the enemy ship is intact. And it will be intact, because they're going to suffocate to death. I can't fire the weapons, Raz. Millie, the safety's on! Yep, we're just gonna wait. You're probably not gonna like that, but we are just literally going to wait here. If we had level 1-2 sensors, we could watch them slowly. Yep. This is the normal victory through asphyxiation that I just got. The other one was the easy one. They're going to suffocate now and die in a moment. Yep. Oh ho ho ho! You find a weapon system on their ship. With no crew to stop you, you can install it on your own. That is a burst laser Mark II! Oh, that is a good weapon! There is only one other ship in this beacon. It's showing heavy damage. Greetings, traveller. We were crippled by a band of pirates and are forced to sell our remaining valuable equipment to acquire necessary supplies to get home. Repair. Oh, there's a repair arm there. Yes, a repair arm repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but reduces scrap collected by 15%. Yes, it costs me all of my scrap. For now, actually, I'm going to unequip the pike beam and equip the burst laser. When I get another 100 scrap, we will equip the pike beam too. This had better not be a dead end. We better make sure I don't get trapped. And that is the advantage of... Oh, no. No. The rebel fleet has found you, and a nearby scout turns to engage. You must flee before the cruisers can open fire. And we are under attack. Well, this turned ugly very fast, didn't it? There's a reason, however, why I love the Burst Laser Mark II. There's a lovely reason why I love having loads of lasers. And I'm probably going to get hit by another missile! In the oxygen. Right in the oxygen. Come on! We need to disable more than this! Move! I'm not sure if that was actually going to hit. Oh, come on. Luckily, at least the shields are keeping in good nick. This is why I hate missile launchers. Because they constantly fire. The sensors we can bring back later. Every time a system gets knocked down completely, you take a point of hull damage. But the sensors, it can come back later. We disabled the ship. I do actually want to finish destroying this ship. Mainly because I will get a point of fuel for doing so. I get nothing else in this fight because the rebels are so close. If I were to stay, we would get our asses handed to us. So, there's no time to salvage the enemy ship. You must jump away before the cruisers can get in firing range. Where did the fire come from? Oh, there's a fire! Well, if you depressurize a place that's on fire... Ah, the fire spread to the oxygen systems, did it? You know what, let's open that too. Because that's clearly on fire as well. Oy. Nope. Now we have a problem. Fortunately, it's a problem we can fix. Namely, the fact that the oxygen has been disabled. And we need to get it back up so that we can fix the rest of the ship. Like the door mechanisms. Fortunately, the rest of the pressurized parts of the ship will now have air. This part, however, has no air. There's its opening right out into space. Literally, these guys have to hold their breath. Fix it. Now, luckily, this room is pressurized, so... now we can shut the darn doors. And get pressure back into these rooms, and get air back into them. There you go. The orange border is gone, which means that these rooms now have breathable air again. Weapons guy is usually the first person to get promotions, as he already has one, and thus is charging the weapons faster. We have just enough time to go to a few more jumps before we carry on. The ship is floating with the advertisement transmission from nearby merchants as soon as you arrive. You arbitrarily pick one to examine in detail. No, I don't want to trade missiles for drone parts. We can go here, and then we can go to the exit. Oh goody, a sun! Your ship has been placed too close to a super giant class M star. By mistake? The ship will gradually overheat until you can get out of here, or die. A pirate, apparently oblivious to danger of the sun, moves into engage. I don't know what dangers the sun has! You idiot. Actually, don't fire. I have a plan. It's this. We're going to fire together. Observe the laser spam incoming. You have no more shields anymore. Now, you may think, what's so dangerous about being by a sun? Solar flares! Causing fires. Fortunately, this place has some pretty decent depressurizing capabilities, and if a fire is starved of oxygen, it dies. And they died. Which was handy. Now, if you would only charge the ships faster, Bacata, we could get out of here before we get fried again. Just in the nick of time, we get to the exit. Ooh! The captain of this ship claims he can provide services as long as you've got the scrap. If this guy had been at the beginning and had told me that he could delay the rebels, that would be great. Right now, though, the mercenaries are no worse than rebels. The only honourable course is to engage the mercenary in battle with his ship that can't beat me, because it has 2 level 1 shots, and I have level 2 shields. Observe! Yep, that's going to happen pretty much infinitely. So right now, we're just going to cripple him. Should never have left the Federation, son. Take out the oxygen, I'm feeling. No, take out the weapon. There, he's upgraded to level 2. And that guy is dead. And I steal his stuff. We upgrade our power systems, which we're temporarily going to put there. And we jump away to... ooh, this one. Rock control, purely because if I go that way, I have to go through at least one nebula. Rocks have more health, are slower, and they're immune to fire. The putting out fire animation for them is quite funny. Also, I can't not go to a shop. What do you have? Not much, but you can fix my hull. I'll buy a few points of fuel from you. And I have the entire sector now to get 75 scrap. Nope, nothing happening there. Nothing to see here, Jim. Oh look! It's another one of these guys. Now this guy, oh, that's a burst laser Mark III. They take absolutely forever to fire. However, they do a lot of damage. They fire 5 times. Fortunately, I've disabled that, so now I'm going to work on disabling their shields. You notice this ship has level 2 shields. I have level 2 shields. If you haven't had level 2 shields in normal mode by rank 2, you pretty much start to get screwed about here. Really badly. No crew though. I wouldn't mind some extra crew. 4 missiles, 1 drone part, 15 scrap. I don't use missiles. I don't care. You can blow up. I'll take the extra scrap though, and the fuel. The fuel is very nice. And an asteroid belt. And a ship with a missile launcher. Oh, shield guy leveled. Doesn't tend to happen that often. Not this quickly, anyway. That was an Artemis missile launcher. And their med bay's been knocked out. And now you have no shields. But you still managed to get 1 missile off just before I cripple and destroy you. Thanks, buddy. We don't need you yet. So, go and repair that. We need another 30 odd scrap before we can do anything specific. Once I have that pike beam, I'm going to then work on a second level med bay. Why? Because I need that second level med bay quite badly. You can keep charging the engines when she's not there? What, does she have to hold a button? Does she have to toggle a switch or something? Flick the switch back and forward to charge the ship! Is it hand crank operated? A ship without life forms within the nearby dense asteroid field is giving off a distress signal. Shall we investigate? It could be dangerous. Search for the ship. I find the ice ship that's required to get a different crew member, but I got damaged in the process. And then there's a sun. Even out here you follow us. We only wish to be left alone with our ship that can't penetrate your shields. No, it can. That's a burst laser Mark 1. Never mind. Now it can't penetrate your shields. Good old Rockman. Good old fires. I miss fires. Let's put that out before we all explode, shall we? Yep, jumping we go. There's a store there. Oh, if I find something... Oh, fuck! Your coordinates led us here. Our coordinates led us here, but only death greets us. What must be, must be. Death to all. You've probably been stuck here a while, buddy. You only have level 1 shields. I feel very sorry for what I'm about to do. Oh wow, I actually disabled your missile launcher before you fired it. I'm thoroughly impressed. Enough. We were told aliens were a threat to our ways. You have proved as much. Take this and leave us in peace. We will not accept surrender. You fired on me. You are the aggressor here, not I. Now, you are dead. And I got a drone defense Mark II. Looks like we'll be visiting the shop after all, folks! Because that's worth a pretty penny. And I don't need it. Yet. Fix the hull. Sell this for 37 scrap. Go here. Buy that. Go to equipment. Equip that. Go to shop. And sell the pathetic little cruddy laser. Power that down. Power this up. Not bad, eh? Anything interesting in the store that I might want? No. There is fuel, though. We always want fuel. There aren't many places we can jump, but we will jump to here. Meant to degrade you as aliens. You half expect an attack, but it seems to come from a small civilian shuttle. Boo! Aliens suck! Boo! Is that what it pretty much said? A Mantis ship here is adorned with rock body parts. It would be a gorier display if they had internal organs, but the message is clear enough. This is a hunter of a very specialised kind. Attack! No species deserves a Mantis hunter on their back. Time to make the galaxy a little safer. Engage! And by engage, I mean be boarded! This is gonna suck. Disable the oxygen. We don't need to breathe right now. You know, I'm glad that that didn't hit us. Into everything. Right, plan is simple. Fire these off here. Fire them there. And then hit the pike beam everywhere we got and deal 5 points of hull damage. And don't die, little Mantis man. There we go. Back on the weapons you go, buddy. Back on that you go, buddy. Back on that you go. Their ship's all but dead anyway. As you can quite clearly see, I finished them off. Brilliant music, this. Oh yeah, we need to put power back into the oxygen, don't we? Sir, did you forget something? We don't need power and shields right now. We still haven't found another crew member. I'm getting a bit worried about that. Straight to the exit we go! Wow. Federation sympathizers contact you. We know your mission should be secret, so don't ask how we know about it. We read it in the paper. Take this schematic. It's all we can do to help. Thank you. I will sell it. We'll go to this NG-controlled sector next. You arrived at NG Space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for your journey. Hint, hint. This place is relatively safe, compared to other places. I say relatively, because you're about to be attacked by a man with a glaive beam! That is a glaive beam! That is a horrendous sight that I hoped I would never see. In Sector, what, 4? The good news is they only have a level 1 bursty beam. The bad news is they have a friggin' glaive beam. Luckily, I've managed to disable it. I need to keep that disabled. Because if I don't keep that disabled, we are in trouble. That glaive beam will penetrate my shields and still do damage. A lot of damage, actually. And unfortunately, this slug ship is actually relatively smart and has remembered that it needs a door leading to its oxygen supplies. So you can't just suffocate them. There we go. Weapons disabled. Next step, those shields. And I'll pike beam while I'm here. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 16 scrap. We will not accept surrender! Instead, we'll take this 40 scrap and 3 fuel. Why? Because. There might be something nice in the store I can buy. Your cockpit lights up with warning signals. You're being targeted by a nearby ship. It's a trap! It's a trap, and that's a Zoltan shield. Zoltan shields resist 5 shots before you even get to the main shields, and they prevent boarding actions. Fortunately, my lasers are capable of doing 5 shots. Unfortunately, it allows them to hit me with their Artemis missile launcher. You just go fix that. Ooh, you might want to fix that first, actually. Gonna be honest there. Might want to fix the ability to dodge, or else we'll just keep getting hit by that thing. Like we're about to. You are trying to escape. Oh! Fire in a disco. You are not escaping. Not after all you've done. No! We will not accept surrender! We will accept your corpse. Sheesh. That room has got a hull breach and thus has become depressurized. We need to fix that too. Luckily they get a point in repairing. We still don't have any other crew. It's not good. Also, as a random point, if anybody wants to ask, yes, if you use a teleporter to teleport onto the enemy ship, and then the ship is destroyed while your crew is still on it, yes, they do die with it. I found this out the hard way. It would make sense to anyone else in the universe, but not to me. I did not heal her 2 points of damage. Right, let's keep going. 125 scrap. What will the store offer me? Probably not a lot. No, actually, it will offer me tons. That is a weapon pre-igniter. Yes, we shall buy it. What, I hear you ask, does a weapon pre-igniter do? Weapon pre-igniter immediately makes my weapons available to fire. So I will go to this jump, and if there is an enemy ship there...
This one, and the one on the right is starting to rot. Take him down, take off his fingers, put him out of the airlock.
They certainly don't seem friendly. Attack the ship? My weapons are ready to go right now. Which means I get the jump on the enemy. Which means they are suddenly much less deadly. Only slightly much less deadly, but still much less deadly. Oh, pre-igniters! Do I love them so? We have a message for the Federation. Screw you. Rebel scum. What's that? You can't breathe anymore? That would be such a pity. Considering this is a normal run, this is going very well indeed. Just paranoid there it wasn't recording or something, but no, it definitely is. I've been doing this for ages. Hopefully you're understanding how FTL works, because I've not explained it very well. And that's the end of the Rebel fighter. Ooh, a Hermes missile! The NG vessel turns out to be very poorly equipped. Barely a runabout, really. They're trying to outrun the rebels and need all the help they can get. Give them 25 scrap, give them 40 scrap, 2 fuel missiles and 2 fuel, give them nothing. Give them that. They wouldn't get more than a few jumps with that loadout. You provide them with all the munitions and supplies they should need for the journey home. Generosity magnitude unpredicted. Well-being syntax error, value too high. Accept this token. We got an augmentation for our generosity, but that's okay. They gave us a Hermes missile launcher, which is very powerful. I would keep it, if only that I can't physically power it. Well, I could physically power it, I guess. But I'm not going. I might actually. 2 points. I only need 1 point. I'll think about it. Yes, this means that all the way around my ship, healing occurs all the time. In fact, actually, I am going to keep that Hermes missile launcher. It might come in handy. What the heck is this? Holy crap! A weapon is just floating in space! I love that one! Right, we're not keeping that. We're swapping these out. I love that event! A weapon just floating in space! Huh? Upon jumping, you receive a message. Oh look, it's those people. They want to try and extort stuff out of me. Don't think so. You have drones. I have the ability to fire on you immediately. You going to enjoy having drones? You're not going to enjoy having anything in a moment. Everything of yours is still firing. There is still one problem with this. Oh, you have 2 weapons. That one was very sneakily left, wasn't it? You're trying to escape? You really think you're going to get away? Not a good deal. We do not accept surrender. We do, however, accept tacos. Tacos are delicious.